Yo, 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 Snoop Mom and Moms. Snoop Mom here. Today, you have no idea how special this is because I'm here with the one and only Kathryn. Why is this so special? Because she brought my son, Kingston, into this world, and it was an amazing experience, and I'm so blessed and grateful that I got to work with, I think, a magic healing miracle worker. So, Kathryn, before we get started, could you just introduce yourself to our lovely audience that's tuning in?
Sure. My name is Kathryn Raynes, and I am what's called a direct entry midwife. And I've been a midwife for about 20 years, and I'm so blessed to get to work with fun families like Bree's family.
Thank you. So I think to start this conversation, a lot of people out there might not even know what a midwife is. So could you tell everyone?
Sure.
What is a midwife?
A midwife means with woman. That's what the word means. So it doesn't have to be a female midwife. There are male midwives. But it means allowing a mom to make her own decisions and being with a woman during the most amazing and intense time in her life. And that is during birth and raising children. It's a powerful, powerful position and really fun.
Definitely. I was just thinking about it. I think throughout the world, midwives are sought after perhaps more than the U.S. Do you have any understanding or comments why perhaps the rest of the world does birth different?
In most countries, low-risk women, low-risk pregnant women are attended by a midwife. Obstetricians are for high-risk moms. In the U.S., in the world, you're right, most babies are born into the hands of midwives. In the United States, we have kind of divided midwives. We've got more than one kind of credential midwife here. Obstetricians see us sometimes, I think, as competition, which we're really not because only 1% of all women choose to have their babies at home. The U.S. is really, really stuck on the money part of birth. And in other countries, it's more about using the system appropriately.
Yeah. No, it's interesting to look at the numbers and especially to hear from your perspective.
Yeah.
So in that, since I think us here in the US, what do you think is the biggest misconception about midwives?
I would say I think that the biggest misconception is about our education. That we're just some hippie people out there going around saying, yes, have your baby, you're just beautiful, open up like a lotus. So not what we do. It took me 7 years to become an out-of-hospital midwife. That was lengthy training, but typically the training is between 3 and 5 years from beginning to end. There is accreditation to our credential and to our education. And we also carry lots of equipment with us. I think that's another big misconception, that we just show up with a stethoscope and that's it. We carry lots of emergency equipment and are able to handle lots of emergencies at home, even though it doesn't happen very often when you let labor take its own course. But we're pretty prepared for everything and anything. Keeping a mom and baby stable in transport is super important. So if you have a transport, having that emergency equipment with you is really important.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, so speaking on that notion of having babies at home versus hospital, when you have women coming into you, perhaps for the first time, exploring a home birth versus a hospital birth, what is probably one of your most frequent questions that you get in that deciding factor?
Yeah, I'd say that what kind of equipment do you carry is really important. I would say money is the first question that a lot of people ask. We run somewhere between $3,000 and $6,000 for complete care. That's all your prenatal care, labor and delivery. There's always, at least in my practice, there's always 2 midwives at a birth. You have 2 people to take care of once that baby's born. And then we provide 6 weeks of postpartum care for both mom and baby. I do all my postpartum care in people's homes. I believe that we ask too much of our moms to get up and out of bed at 3 days postpartum and go to a doctor, to have them listen to your baby's heart and lungs and say, everything looks great. Wouldn't it be nice if your provider just came to your house and took care of you there? We do all the same things that they would do to any baby. We do the critical congenital heart defect screening. We do the newborn screens at home. We're really good lactation consultants. And every time not every time, but a lot of times moms will say to me, if more people knew about this care, if more people understood what you did, I think a lot of people would pick this model of care. But money is a big one for people. What kind of emergencies do we handle is another big one. And really the funny one is, do we leave a mess? Bree, do we leave a mess?
Nope, stick and stand. Cleaner than the way you found it.
Right, we try to really make your house look really nice before we leave. There's no blood on the walls, there's no birth goo left. We clean up really quick and easy at home. Yeah.
Beautiful. So with home births, because that is where you are incredibly experienced, what do you say, in your opinion, are some of the biggest benefits of home birth?
There's so many, Bree. We know statistically that we have less interventions with moms and babies at home, and that's a big one. Interventions are important if they're needed. So an intervention might be putting mom in a different position. Intervention might be putting mom on oxygen. An intervention might be helping rotate a baby internally. Those are interventions. An epidural is an intervention. Having your blood pressure taken every hour is an intervention. Things like that. We take blood pressure. We do it every 4 hours. But the benefits are so vast, and they start with mom and baby. When you get to do something under your own power with somebody right there next to you telling you how amazing you are and how well things are going, moms come out with this satisfaction that helps them start off their parenting career with that child with confidence. Everything works in my body. I have great intuition about what I'm doing. My baby and my body are perfect together. We keep telling women that their bodies are broken and that they have to go have something fixed during labor. Not very often for the low-risk mom. Most of the time, moms do just fine at home. It's going to be the hardest work you've ever done, but that's part of the satisfaction piece for moms. I also think it's really happy for a baby. Happy is a good word I'm going to use. We put babies right on mama's chest. We catch them, we put them right on you, and then we give you a full hour. We hold space for that first hour for you and your family just to fall in love with your baby. You have to deliver your placenta, so there's a little stuff going on in that first hour, but that golden hour is when you have the most oxytocin and your baby has the most oxytocin running through its body that will have for its entire life. I think that's a really good setup for a successful nursing career and parenting career. And you don't have to go anywhere. That's a huge benefit, is you don't have to get in your car, decide when you're in labor, decide the right time to head to the hospital. You get to talk to your midwife on the phone and work it out together. But mother-led birthing is powerful birthing. I don't tell moms what to do when they're birthing unless I need to, unless there's a reason to. Moms tell me what they're going to do in labor, and I just make sure everything is going the right direction clinically. I'm loving on moms, but I'm checking those heart tones, and I'm making sure mom is eating and drinking, and that coming out on the other side, having done it all on your own, is a really amazing place to be for a mom and a baby.
Agreed. And just out of curiosity, how many home births have you witnessed? Not even being the top midwife, but how many have you been a part of?
Close to 450 at this point. Really close.
Hear that? 450. She knows what's up, people.
A little bit by now.
That's amazing. Yeah, and just to comment on that, I mean, having had my first in the hospital and my son with Kathryn at home, obviously a vastly different experience, but I can honestly attest that the one kind of motto or theme that both my husband and myself walked away with was just that felt so right and protected and guided and safe, and again, to truly have birth in your home and to roll over and just be in your bed, that's so powerful, and it was so magical. And I've shared my experience with so many people, just that it was so beautiful, and I could not have changed anything about it. And so a part of today is honestly sharing that word and that message to everyone that perhaps has never even contemplated a home birth. Because Kathryn alluded to it, but there is so much amazing research, scientific backed evidence on different components of home birth, but then just the other aspect of it, which is just how you feel. And like you said, starting all those careers, like that foundation is so immensely different. So
when you're making your own decisions based on really good, solid information, it helps you feel empowered. So that's what I tell families, that I'm not there to make decisions for you. I'm there to make sure that you're well informed and have lots of options on the table, and that you pick what's right for you. Such individualized healthcare. Home birth is such individualized healthcare. Every family does it different. I love that part about my job. There's a few things. We do some pretty routine lab work, but where you want to have your baby, in the water, out of the water, who you want with you, what kind of music you want, and do you want to be outside in your garden in early labor or even in active labor? That's all your decision. And we don't have to put rules on moms who are low risk. There's no rules. I don't tell people you have to do this and have to do that. I say, here's some options. What do you think is a good fit for you and your family? The other thing is, I think we forget that this is about a family and not just about the mom-baby unit, the mom-baby dyad. You're inviting a whole new person into your life. That's a family dynamic. And when little kids, toddlers, partners get to come help feel where the baby is in the mama's belly and listen to heart tones, and I have a kid stethoscope, so when kids come to the office for a prenatal, I make sure that they have their own little stethoscope to use, and press the button on the Doppler, but involve the family. This is a family affair, so why not make it fun for everybody?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Well, on that last question, I ask every single awesome person that's on the Snoop Mom channel, and kind of again shared some of it, but what would be your words of advice to moms and families alike out there? From your line of work, your perspective.
Educate yourself. Find out your options. Know what's right for you. Spend some time with those options. We have fabulous birth options in Colorado. We have hospital birth if you need it. We have lovely birth centers, and we have home birth. You're going to get good care in any of those places, but educate yourself. Choose what's right for you. That's the most important thing about birthing, is choosing what is right for you. Not what was right for somebody else or what's right in the public's eye, but what's right and safest for you and your baby.
Beautiful. There's a reason she's good, people. Well, Kathryn, thank you so much for taking your time helping educate others on this topic, and so many more birds and beautiful babies to come through your hands.
I hope so.
Thank you. And again, I will plan to link Kathryn's website information below, so check that out. And if you found this information in any way, shape, or form helpful, or you know somebody that this would help, I would appreciate if you shared, and make sure you subscribe to the Snoop Mom channel, so that we can continue to educate, to advocate for ourselves, and make the best birthing and beyond experience possible. So till the next time, we out. Peace.